Hey, hey! Saturday night. It is Saturday night, is it not?
It is Saturday
It
night?
is Saturday night, okay. Hey, folks. Welcome to Old Guy's Kitchen. As usual, cooking your requests. So, it's going to be a tasty one tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Mm-hmm. We got critters going crazy over here? I hope not. Critters sometimes will get a little, shall we say, rambunctious.
What are you eating, Chumley? Don't eat that.
What's he eating?
I have no idea.
The mystery's going to build here, folks. Okay. Well, I'm going to start off by saying hi to my brother Doug, sister-in-law Char. Good evening, folks. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you've had a good week. I hope all of you have had a good week. Do we have anybody in the room, Mrs. Old Guy?
We do. We have John.
Hi, John. Janice.
Joshua.
Joshua.
Natalie
Nicole. I got a question for you, Natalie. You had requested ravioli lasagna, or was it lasagna ravioli?
Ravioli lasagna.
Ravioli lasagna. Can you maybe give me just a little bit of definition of exactly what that is? Or just curious. So tonight is, holy moly, is that ever a tasty Stromboli? And this request, of course, is coming to us from Janice. Janice, thank you. It's gonna be awesome. I've got 4 meats and 4 cheeses to go in these Stromboli, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
It's gonna be good. It is, and I think just so it has plenty enough time to get a rise on it, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of get my dough going here. Can't make Stromboli without some dough. Dough. So just a couple of cups of AP. Since I'm doing a Stromboli. Oh. Yes, I know. I'm going to go ahead and put this yeast in. I know it's different, but this is just how I do it. A couple teaspoons or so. Here's the or so. We got
pinch or a smidge?
What's that?
Was it a pinch or a smidge or something?
No, I'd like a quarter teaspoon. Put a tablespoon of sugar.
Joshua wants to know how the weather is here.
How the weather is? Cold. We're expecting snow anytime now. It's been in the 20s and 30s. So a little bit of garlic salt, a little bit of onion salt.
We've got quite a bit of snow this year so far.
We have, yeah. It's some, it's come and melted some,
Yeah.
but if you were to add it up, we probably had about 6 feet or so of snow. A little bit of Italian seasoning, and last but not least, I guess not last, but almost last, a little bit of olive oil, just a splash, like a tablespoon there. Let's get the hot water.
Lisa's here. Hi, Tom and Mrs. Old Guy. How are you doing today?
Who is here?
Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. Good evening. Hope you've had a good week. In fact, like I said, I hope all of you have had a good week. All right, let's get this dough mixing up.
Joshua says, oh nice, we're seeing in the 50s and lows in the 37s.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we're not really to the coldest part of winter here yet. It's coming up this month, later in the month, and February and March are typically the coldest and snowiest months here, so.
So Natalie says that she goes, I saw it on TikTok a while back, and they put a layer of ravioli in the middle of the lasagna. She goes, not sure how they did it, but they did.
They put what?
A layer of ravioli in the middle of the lasagna.
I can do that. Okay.
John says he's having chicken and dumplings for supper.
Chicken and dumplings, yum. We just did that, didn't we, Mrs. Little Guy? Not too long ago?
Yeah, not too long ago. But...
Let's get that empty container out of here. I'm going to run this again for another minute. All right, that's just got to go. It's just got to. Let's turn some water on. I want to get this prep done kind of early, just so that, like for this sauce, just so that it has a little longer time to do its thing on the stove. So, but I can get started on some other stuff here. I got to Agnes my tomatoes. Okay, Blanche, but I still like Agnes better. I got my shallot. Starting with some shallot. Got to have a little marinara to dip these stromboli.
Yep, Lisa just says, what's for dinner tonight?
Stromboli! And I'll get to the meats and cheeses here in just a sec. In fact, as soon as I'm done slicing this, we'll kind of go over those. Basic mozzarella. I've got, wow, good thing that's still wrapped up. Yeah. I've got, and I've never seen this before, a sharp provolone cheese. I've got Parmesan, and I've also got some Asiago, and I'm probably going to do like a layer of pepperoni, and then like some Asiago, and then a layer of prosciutto, and then a layer of another cheese. Then I'll do the pancetta, and another layer of cheese, and finish it up with Genoa and a little more cheese. So should be really, really good.
John wants to know how Cousin Cletus.
How Cousin Cletus is?
Yeah.
Cousin Cletus is kind of in his own world. He sees things a little bit different than you and I do, so. But he's doing all right. You know. They let him out at the home once a week.
Janice says this is going to be a deluxe stromboli.
Oh, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so. Dough is just a little bit sticky, so a tad bit more flour. All right. Let's get these diced up. Just get it ready to go in. Get some onion. Onion. What was that guy's name that talked like that? Justin Wilson. The Cajun guy. He cooked good food. All right. So I don't need the whole onion. Just about half of it. All right, guys. Who's going to be the first? What are you all having for dinner? Wait a minute. John told us chicken and dumplings, right?
Yep.
What about the rest of y'all? Janice, are you having Stromboli tonight?
Eli says, sitting in the car about to leave for work, just wanted to stop by and say hello to Mr. and Mrs. Ogie.
Hey, Eli. Hey, man, I'm glad you took the time to drop by, even though, you're on the way to work. I'm glad you took the time to drop by and say hi. I hope you have a good night.
John wants to know, have you ever made ice cream out of snow?
Ice cream out of snow?
Yes.
Well, suppose you would call it ice cream, but no, I guess probably not. No.
I did see a recipe on Facebook the other day.
How to make snow ice cream?
Yeah.
Can't say as though I have. It's just one of those things. Hey, I'll admit it. I know when I've got moral enough character to admit when I ain't tried something. Okay, I'm gonna leave those be. Got some of the fresh basil here, of course. Oh, that's a nice looking basil there. Quit trying to buy their live basil plants. They just don't make it. After you pull enough basil off of them to do something, plant don't like it that much, and they just tend to die. Alright. Oh, just love the smell of basil.
Janice says, I'm not sure what we're having. I did a number of reviews, and I'm not really hungry. It's only 4 p.m. here, maybe some sort of chicken.
Oh yeah, see, I forget there is that. There is that time difference. Okay, that feels good. So, take this out. We're gonna put it the wrong side. Put that in this bowl. Give it time to rise a little bit. This will work very nicely. Slip that in there. Set it on the table for a while. I'm going to have to give this a quick wash out. I've got to make some, I'll shut that off. Got to wash it out because I'm going to make some whipped cream for my cake. And I guess I didn't mention dessert.
No? You didn't.
Voted by y'all. Tres Leches came in first place this week, so Tres Leches cake it is. I've never made it before, and I've never tasted it before, so we'll see how good it turns out and how good I think it is. Alright, so I need that for some whipped cream here. That'll be in a little bit. Water's going for my tomatoes. Let's get that taken care of. Dice up. Get this basil taken care of. Not too worried about being particularly cut up in any real way because I'm just gonna hit that sauce
Here, Chumley.
when it's done with a stick mixer to kind of puree it all a little bit better. So
John says that he has homemade coffee cake in the oven.
oh yum.
Yeah.
I make coffee cake once in a while. Darn good stuff. Sometimes I'll even have coffee with it.
Come here, Chum Chum.
She's whining again.
Yes, he is.
I don't blame him. We haven't taken the doggies on a walk for a while. just because it's really not safe to do it here. The side of the road gets completely filled with snow, so the only place you can really walk is on the road itself. And it's a state highway, and even though it says 25 miles an hour as you're coming into town, most people don't.
No.
And I mean, like, I've seen people come through here 90 miles an hour, so it's just not safe. So sometimes, like, if it's really bad out, and it's snowing like crazy, you know, I know that there's not going to be any people out, and I'll go ahead and walk them out on the road. But it's been nice out. It's just 2 or 3 feet of snow on the side of the road. You can't walk on it, through it. So he's bored. He wants to go for a walk. Poor Mr. Troy.
Monster Heat.
Monster Eat! Good evening, fine sir. Let's see, 475.
Show me come.
We are making Stromboli. Holy moly, this is good Stromboli. 4 meats, 4 cheeses. I'm making my marinara dipping sauce here. And I got some dough. Rising. I will have to admit, I did not make the cheeses this time. I have enjoyed the times that I made cheese on the live stream. I think I've done it 2 or 3 times.
Something like that.
But, you know, I'm probably not going to do it a whole lot more. Only just because it turns out better when I make it and I'm not in a hurry. So, you know, it's just best if I just keep that as a leisurely activity and not try to do it as a part of a live stream. Just waiting for these skins to kind of break a little bit. This isn't going to make a ton of sauce, but it should be just enough for the 2 of us tonight. We'll see. I'm hoping. If I didn't get enough tomato, that's okay. I can always open a can of tomato sauce. That's not what I want. I want this one. All right, come here. Boink. 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 That one did. Whoop, come on.
John says, Tom, would you eat a gallon of snails and ice cream together?
Snails and ice cream?
Yep.
Probably
Yummy.
not. I would say chances are not. Put that on the pan, that water will dry off.
Chum,
Get
come
these
here.
peeled. Ooh,
Come on.
that's hot.
Come here, Chum.
Ouch. Yeah, it's going to take a minute for those to cool down enough for me to handle, but
Come on.
at least I can get the skins off of them.
Chummy, come.
Wow. It's crazy dog just
Yeah.
whines. It's like, well, I can't take you right now, doggo. Dry it off. Right, turn that heat back on. Olive oil again. Couple of tables in there. Alright, let's get this. Shallots and onion. Going a little bit. A little salt, pepper. Woohoo! Cooking with fire. Okay, not really fire, but Turn that heat down just a touch.
John wants to know, Tom, do you like crackling cornbread and pig's feet?
Crackling cornbread. I think I've had that once, so I don't know. I'm not sure. When it comes to pig's feet, not really, no. I'm not fond of them. The only pig's feet I've ever had, though, were just there's pickled ones you see in the jar at a bar, and I don't like them, no. Little piece of skin there. Don't want that in there. Woo! Let's get these tomatoes in. I'd crush it, but they're still too hot to crush by hand, so. Yo! I'll do it with a fork or something. Okay, good enough. Rinse my hand here so I don't lose grip of stuff. Get this bowl out the way. You can come out of there. A little more skin. I don't want that. Come on. Get these cut into a few pieces here. Okay. Mrs. Old Guy,
Yes.
what's happening?
Oh, just see it coming for a minute.
Got folks want.
John says, what about liverwurst?
What about it?
Do you like it? Would you eat it?
I like red liverwurst, all right. Mrs. Old Guy wouldn't eat it for nothing.
No. And Lisa says, I pass on the pig's feet.
Yeah. No pickled pig's feet. Now, if they was cooked maybe a different way, I don't know. Get these tomatoes kind of broke down a little bit here. I do want to eat this sometime tonight, so.
Yeah, I pass on the pig's feet too. Yuck.
All right. Throw in the basil. Come on, open up. All right, let's put some garlic. Put some garlic in there. Gonna add a little pinch of salt. Got a little oregano. That's something else around here that's just seems to be scarce.
Come here, Polly. Come
Is
here.
finding a store that carries fresh oregano. A couple of them do, but none of them around us, immediately around us. So when I forget to get it, it's like, because it's not like just a quick trip back to the store. It's about 80 miles round trip. All right. So what's this going? Looks good. A little bit of sugar to help balance out that acidity. I'll give it a taste here in a while. And I'll get to grating cheese and stuff here in a bit.
Tom, have you ever ate pickled watermelon?
Pickled watermelon.
Rihanna?
No, I have not tried pickled watermelon. I've seen it a bunch of times, but I've never tried it. I'm not real huge on pickled things other than just cucumbers. not tried a whole lot of other types of pickled items, and the couple others that I did try I didn't care for, so I just kind of step away from the pickled items. Pickled pig's feet was one. Pickled eggs. Do not like pickled eggs. I do not like green eggs and ham. Sam, I am. So I got this Tres Leches cake. I guess I'm gonna pull it out of the fridge with some cream and make a little whipped cream for it, and I'll get it topped off. We'll stick it outside just so we have a place for it, and I guess we're gonna have Tres Leches cake for the very first time tonight. So I don't know if it turned out good or not.
Monster Heat says I pickled eggs for me.
Say what?
Monster Heat said I pickled eggs for me.
He said
Monster Heat pickled him some eggs.
Pickled some eggs. Oh yeah. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them. I just don't care for them. And it might have been just that particular pickling. You know, there's a lot of different ways to pickle. A lot of different spices and stuff. So.
Arthur's here. Olivia and I say hi.
Well, hello, Arthur and Olivia. See, now people are going to want to know when y'all are going to come back up and visit. So I might put you on the spot here.
John says pickled eggs make his stomach turn.
I'm not fond of them. That's for sure. So there's some heavy cream. Let's grab some pow pow. Pow pow, powdered sugar. Can you see the cake?
What about pickled hot peppers? No, Monster Heat.
Pickled hot peppers.
Yep.
Well, the only pickled peppers I think that I've ever had, other than jalapenos, are those red cherry peppers. You know, the little ones. That's about it as far as pickled peppers. I don't really consider banana peppers in there, but I don't like banana peppers either. Alright, I'm going to dump some cream in here. I want to make it a fair amount because it's, I don't know, I want to make sure I got enough to cover the cake real good. Got my oven hot.
John says pickled prickly pears.
I've seen them, and I've heard of them, but there's just no way. Okay, I'm not going to say there's no way. I mean, I would try it, but I wouldn't buy it just to try it. It smells pretty good. Hopefully this will be enough whipped cream to do what I want to do with it. Flashing lights, uh-oh. You can't have that.
Going up the hill. Tom,
What's
they
that?
go up the hill. Flashing lights up the hill?
Oh, there's flashing lights went up the hill?
I don't know. I thought you said that.
No.
Okay.
That's what happens when we got this thing going. But it's a necessary evil. I'll try and make this quick, folks. It's getting there. I mean, it's starting to whip. Not too long ago, I did a dessert tacos with Val. That required whipped cream. And I was using this. And Val was just using a whisk, and he whisked his to butter before this thing was even close to done. It must have been a well-chilled bowl. Alright, we get it.
Arthur says, I know it's been too long since we've visited, maybe in the next few weeks. We need to find time to finish our pizza series too. And then he said, hi Janice, thanks for joining my new channel the other day.
Yes, as a matter of fact, Arthur, if you want to get a hold of Matt, and we'll just set it up for, like, what is it, Wednesday? When Louis is open again? Let's just go to Louis on Wednesday. Just plan it, you know. If Arthur, or I mean, if Olivia, if you want to come, that'd be great, you know.
Yep.
That way Ms. Old Guy isn't the only female on board the ship.
John says, prickly pear cake is pretty good. I suggest everyone try it out.
Prickly pear cake, huh? Stop right at the edge of it. Wanting to turn back to wanting to turn to butter. Looking good so far. Looking good. Whipped cream. And I thought, might as well go ahead and pipe it on. I'm not very good at it, but let's see if I can decorate the cake even just a little bit. I do got some strawberries to go on it too, but I will pull them out in a little while.
Yes, Arthur, if you want to post the name of it, your channel, go ahead.
Yes.
It won't let you post a link, but you put the name of it on there.
Yeah.
John wanted to know what it was so that he could subscribe to.
Arthur's channel is Disposable Cinema, and if you search Disposable Cinema channel, you'll see a green D, and that is their channel. At least that is the logo for the time being.
Arthur said Wednesday is good for him. He'll talk to Matt and get back to us.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right.
Scott, hello Tom and Mrs. Old Guy in chat. Hope everyone is doing well.
Scott, good evening. Trying to get this cake kind of decorated. We'll see how well it turns out. Like I said, I am not Mr. Decorator by any means. But I like to play with whipped cream.
Does your sauce need to be stirred?
What's that?
Does your sauce need stirred?
No,
No?
it's okay.
Okay. Making sure.
That's okay. Thank you. I'd rather have that than it burn up. I don't know if this is going to be enough whipped cream to do the whole cake. I might have to make some more. Ugh. Stop that. All right.
Scott says, what are you making tonight?
So
Hope you're
tonight's
feeling good.
tonight is Stromboli, and this is a tres leches cake that I've never had before or never made. So I'm just kind of following the basic instructions. Served with whipped cream and strawberries. So thought I'd go ahead and, instead of just rubbing it on with a knife or something, I thought I'd go ahead and use the pastry bag. Let's see if I have enough.
Hopefully.
If I have to make a little bit more, we'll see.
Oh, poor Chumley.
Uh-oh. Well, as the old Get Smart used to say, missed it by that much. A little more cream. That's okay. That's okay. It only takes a minute. Okay, might take a little longer.
Steve Russell's here.
Hey, Steve Russell! Good evening, sir. All right, let's do that again, shall
How
we?
are you and the missus?
What's that?
He says, how are you and the missus?
Well, I's all right.
Jared's here.
Jared?
Jared Fierno.
Good evening, Jared. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are all stopping in tonight. Yes. Stromboli in the making, and of course some Tres Leches cake that was voted in by y'all on my community tab. Thank you very much for the votes. I will kind of continue to do that. Some I can make on the stream, some I have to finish, like this cake. Finish it on the stream.
Steve says, toppings. What
Hang
you
on,
got?
hang on. Sorry guys. I'd rather just get this over with real quick like. It's getting there. Sorry to make you wait. If there was a quieter way to do this, I would do it. I'm not gonna whip this by hand. All right. Almost. Put the pow pow in there. A little more. Okay. Just another second. Okay. Thank you, folks. Okay, Ms. Olga, now what?
Steve says, toppings. What you got?
Toppings for the stromboli. I take it that's what you mean.
Yes.
Tonight we've got 4 cheeses, 4 meats. Asiago cheese, Parmesan, sharp, provolone, and mozzarella. I've got prosciutto and pancetta, along with some Genoa salami and pepperoni. So it should be a really tasty stromboli. Okay. And I'm not worried about having a little extra whipped cream, a little shot in my coffee. Nothing wrong with that.
Steve says, sounds fantastic.
Oh. Close enough. Okay, so I got a little bit left. That's okay. No, it wasn't a lot. And if I try to put it on the cake, it's just gonna make it look bad. So. It'll go in my coffee. fridge. Okay. Mrs. Old Guy, can you throw that out? Don't throw it, but would you set this outside?
You want it outside or in this fridge?
Set it outside. Might make it easier. All right. Sauce is looking good. Mm-hmm. Heck yeah. Let that simmer for a while. It is what? 20 of 6? We got a little time, yeah. I think I'm going to grate some cheese. I think I'm going to sit down and do it. Yes, I do. That's nice. Let's go with 4 of them, huh? Since I didn't grab a clean knife to open this package, I'll just use my little peanut. Asiago, Parmesan, sharp provolone, and mozzarella.
Ronald's here.
Ronald! Good evening. We are getting into grating some cheese for this here Stromboli. Yes, we are. Well, I'm talking about me and, like the third, fifth. Never mind. All right, let's get these cheeses grated up. Probably gonna make 2 Strombolis. One I'll bake tonight. The other one I'll stick in the freezer. And then someday when this old guy and I don't feel like cooking, pop out the Stromboli. All right, let's get this grated up here. Oh man, just love the smell of grated Asiago. Well, just about all the cheeses really, except for, the stinky cheeses, like Lindbergher and whatever that other kind of really stinky foot cheese is. I'm not real fond of. Alright. Make sure I get a decent amount of this. Peel back the wrapper a little more. I don't want grated plastic in here. It's not very appetizing. And it doesn't digest well. Not many nutrients found in plastic wrap, so.
Crazy food crew's here.
What? I'm sorry?
Crazy food crew.
Hey guys! Hope y'all doing good. Mr. Tim, sir, salute. Grading up all these yummy cheeses for the Stromboli. I've got to try this now. I've never seen sharp provolone before this, so I'm going to get myself a. Ooh. Wow, that's really good. It tastes a little bit like a cross between provolone and like Parmesan, maybe. You get the provolone flavor, but it's almost like the difference between regular cheddar and sharp cheddar. That same kind of bite to it. That's really good. You like that?
That is good. For a sharp cheese.
Mm-hmm. Get that shredded up here. It's a pretty dry cheese.
Scott says, random, do you have an older movie you could recommend? I'm looking for something to watch tonight.
What genre? you know, sci-fi, western. That'll matter on my thought. Okay, you know what I mean? And how old are you thinking? How old can you go? Okay. Cheese is a little bit harder to grate up just because it's has that drier kind of texture to it. Wants to crumble. Alright. Doing better?
Crazy Food Crew told him, have you ever seen A Perfect World with Kevin Costner and Clint Eastwood? Good older flick.
You know, I don't think I've seen that one.
Perfect World?
Yeah. Pretty sure I haven't. Alright. This is a wedge of Parmesan that I dug into a few days ago. We had a little chicken Parmesan, or not chicken Alfredo, yeah. So let's shred up some Parmesan.
Scott says, action or sci-fi and made before the 2000s.
So, a good sci-fi flick that one of my favorites is from the 80s is Starman with Jeff Bridges. Now, it's not like a super high, you know, action type sci-fi movie, but it is a good one.
Crazy Food Crew says Stromboli sounds good.
Oh man.
So what's everybody having for dinner?
Yeah, nobody's told us nothing.
Told us.
I mean, Janice said she might snack on something because they reviewed food all day, and John told us that he's having chicken and dumplings. But I don't remember hearing anybody else, including my brother, but he might not be watching tonight. Get this parm shredded up. That's one thing about parm being such a hard cheese. It's a little more difficult to shred. That might be enough. We'll see.
Arthur says, hey Tom, what size shirt do you wear?
What size shirt do I wear? That depends. If it's like long sleeve shirt like this, you know, button up shirt, or if it's a t-shirt.
Good evening.
XL on t-shirts. Used to be small, then it was medium. Now it's XL. I want my swastika in here.
Cool.
Looks good.
Sounds good.
All right. Mozzarella now.
Cool. Okie dokie. I will let him know.
All right, so I heard word, or Miss
Okay, I can do that.
has heard word from Brother Doug.
Okay. Yep, have a good night. Bye.
And he is having
Goulash and mashed potatoes and chocolate cake for dessert.
goulash with mashed potatoes. And chocolate cake. Sounds all right.
And he wants you to call him when you're done.
Okay. I will do so. All right.
Master Heath's having pizza.
Yes.
Scott says, I have seen Starman many times.
Oh, okay.
Great movie. Have you ever seen Enemy of Mine?
Yes, Enemy Mine. Yes, that's also another really good one.
Scott says he's having Italian soup with garlic bread.
Wow, seems to be an Italian night.
Lisa says, watch out with all that cheese, it's a blocker.
Yeah, it is.
Steve said chicken salad with buffalo sauce for him.
Nice. Y'all having some good dinners. Okay. I'm gonna wrap up my cheese here.
Janice says, Scott, how about the adventures of Buckaroo Bonzi?
Buckaroo Banzai. Yeah.
Across the 8th dimension.
Yeah. Now here's a
Have you ever seen that?
Here's a movie. I've watched it, and that made me think of another movie that's maybe not as well known. It had Michael Ironside in it as the bad guy, but the movie is called Space Hunters: Adventures in the Forbidden Zone. I think it was Molly Ringwald's one of her very first movies. Good movie. Didn't get much in the way of ratings, but you know, it's pretty cool for sci-fi. Especially for back then. Okay. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way here.
Crazy Food Crew said Nate had chicken mashed potato bowl. Wildman had boneless chicken and mashed potatoes and corn. And he had pizza rolls with peppercorn ranch and bacon salad.
Wow. That sounds really good. Yes, it does. Okay, we're starting to get to the fun part here.
Arthur told Scott, more silly but sci-fi is Earth girls are easy. That's funny.
You know, hey, if you want a sci-fi movie, I don't know where you would get it. Maybe Arthur could lend some insight on that, but we watched a totally disturbing B-grade horror movie, Poultrygeist. And Arthur, you really, if you have any info on how to maybe get a copy of that or where to find it, because that's one I'm not soon gonna forget.
Scott says he's writing these down and he's gonna go look through them tonight.
Okay.
He hasn't seen many of them that have been mentioned.
All right, let me give this sauce a taste here. Tastes pretty good, just a little more sugar. And that's good to go.
Scott said a great 90s movie is Breakout.
Mm-hmm. Breakout, Free Jack is a pretty good movie.
Crazy Dad said Weird Science, Spaceballs, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yes. See? You guys are all better at thinking of these movies than I am. Whoops. I'm not going to put it back up there without a tie twist. I know what'll happen. I'll open that cupboard door and it's going to come falling out and there'll be
all
powdered sugar everywhere. Let's not have that happen. Okay. So, I'm going to start by opening this uncured pancetta, which is pork belly, if you don't know. Another way of saying bacon. Well, they don't make these packages very accessible.
Scott says I saw Poltergeist when I was 5 years old and was afraid I was going to be sucked into my closet for like 5 years. How I still didn't know how Poltergeist was rated PG.
You can you see that? If you've never had pancetta, it's just pretty much a strip of bacon rolled up, but it's how it's cured. Or uncured, as the case may be. I want to put these in the oven for just a few minutes. I want them to be a little more cooked than they currently are, which is none at all. Alright, it's going to take me a second to pull these off and try and put them on this sheet pan in the same shape that they're in.
Can you trim that fat off for me?
There wouldn't be anything left.
Lisa says she loves bacon.
Oh, I love bacon too.
The Cassandra?
The Cassandra! Hey!
Cleaning my much overdue kitchen and doing chores. Glad to have you, keeping me company.
Well, welcome, welcome.
Been a rough morning, but positivity is key. Love y'all.
There you go. Well, we are positively going to make some stromboli. And I've got the pancetta to prove it. Okay, a couple more slices.
Scott seen the movie It when he was like 6 or 7 and was afraid of clowns for years.
When I was young, this is like, back in the 1650s. No. A movie that scared me pretty good was Deliverance. I didn't want to go camping for a long time.
You're all wet.
Squeal like a pig! What now?
Sandra loves stromboli.
Aha, yes, I love stromboli too. All right, there we are, finally out of the package. Into the oven. And I just want to cook that a little bit, so I'm going to give it like 5 minutes.
He says, Cassandra says, always impressed what you do in the kitchen.
Well, thank you. Thank you, I appreciate that. And just to kind of catch you up a little bit, we've got 4 different kinds of cheese. Sharp, sharp provolone, Asiago, Parmesan, and mozzarella. And meats, we've got pepperoni, Genoa salami, prosciutto, and pancetta, yes. Here's our dough. Oh, that has just risen absolutely beautiful. Look at that. That is gorgeous there. Gorgeous. The crust smells really good. I added a little bit of, along with sugar and salt, I added some garlic salt, some onion salt, and a little bit of Italian seasoning. I'm really looking to bring the flavor. Let's get a little flour.
Scott says he showed the movie Deliverance to his best friend and he was pretty disturbed by a hot classic movie.
Yeah, I was disturbed by it too.
Cassandra says, jealous, hope you and the missus enjoyed.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to enjoy it. Mm-hmm.
Scott says, early old movie I liked was Logan's Run. Did you ever see it?
I did. A couple of the other older ones like that. Soylent Green, The Omega Man. What was the color though? There's those cool 60s, 70s. Chud. If you've never seen Chud, there's a few of those Chud movies.
Tim's gonna make a big pot of ham and black-eyed peas tomorrow and some cornbread.
Well, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Let me do that here. Looking good. I don't want it to go too far. I don't want to pull out little blackened rings. Let's roll this out, and I'm hoping to get 2 Strombolis out of this thing. We'll see. I might just make one big one. That looks really nice.
Scott says it's not homemade, but I'm craving some Domino's pizza. Ha.
Domino's is alright once in a while. You know what? I think I am just going to make one nice one. Oh, I can't. I can't make just one. I got to make 2. Because I do believe I promised our neighbor I'd bring him one.
Ah, Mr. Bill?
Yeah. That's okay. You're plenty enough.
Scott said that Hungry Bird pizza you reviewed looked really good.
Hungry Bird is really good pizza. I've got a 2 more reviews coming out of local pizza places that I'm going to do with Arthur and Matt from Disposable Cinema. And I intended on having them out by this week, but due to circumstances, didn't make it that way. So next week I'll get the other 2 videos done. That looks good. That looks real good.
Please, Tim says cannibalistic underground dwellers.
Yep, cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. Chud.
Do you need to go outside, Chum Chum? Anyone else?
That's better. That's better. Okay.
Tim says, do you remember Clockwork Orange?
Oh, I've got a copy of the movie. Yes.
It's a good movie.
That is a great movie. A classic.
Let's ask Tim what's for dessert.
We are having.
Tim.
Oh.
She asked Tim.
Oh, that's Tim. Yeah, what's for dessert, Tim? Okay. I'm starting to get warm now.
Scott says Clockwork Orange was disturbing, and Tim agrees.
Yeah, disturbing. And consider how old that movie is. All right. Here we go. Wait a minute. Let's get both of these ready to rock here. Okay. That's better. Okay, here we go. Let's get some pepperoni on these bad boys. Not that they're bad. Or
Scott
boys.
said another insane movie was Natural Born Killers. Robert Downey Jr. was insane.
There are a lot of good movies like that, you know, Reservoir Dogs, Casino. Of Of course, the first 30 minutes of Full Metal Jacket. Okay. I think we're good here. Let's get some on this side. Lots of pepperoni. It's going to be so good.
Yeah, well,
If you guys were here and you tried one of these, your face would melt off because it's so good. Okay, that was a bit of an exaggeration. Nobody's face would melt off. Jeez.
scaring people off. Talking like that.
Yeah, I don't want to scare anybody away. Trick is getting these to fold up like I want them to. We'll see. Nope. I'm going to just leave that be. Alright. What do you think? Start with Parmesan?
Scott says one of my favorite war movies was Heartbreak Ridge with Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. That was a good Clint movie.
Tim said Wild Man. Lisa I and Wild Man said Scott that works at Acme is bringing over cream sticks.
What?
They know somebody that works at Acme and he's bringing over cream sticks.
Cream sticks.
For
Cool.
dessert.
Okay, so the pancetta. Just gonna have to randomly displace since there isn't a whole ton of it.
Johnny Smallpepper's here.
Johnny Smallpepper, good evening, sir. We have got some, some, what was I calling it? Holy moly, this is tasty Stromboli.
Scott says, I'm sorry, Tom, I know you said it already, but what goes in Stromboli I have never had.
Well, the meats can vary, of course, from place to place, but typically Stromboli will have like pepperoni, salami, that kind of Italian cold cut, some cheeses, and then it's folded into thirds and baked off. It's usually brushed with some kind of oil with herbs and butter, or herbs. Geez, let me get this right. Butter or oil seasoned with some herbs and maybe even a little more parm. And that is basically your Stromboli. Okay, so there's the pancetta.
Lisa said Jaws was one of the best movies that scares her.
Jaws was cool. I jumped pretty good. When the first girl got it there at the beginning. Yeah, that was pretty scary.
Tim said he got scared of the movie Critters when they came out of the toilet.
Critters?
When they came out of the toilet.
That's funny.
Scott likes Gremlins, was a classic.
Kremlings was cool. It was. Alright, so we're going to get this package of Old World prosciutto opened up. And we're going to start laying some of this on there.
Scott says that sounds really good. It's like a fluffy layered pizza.
Kind of like that, yeah. You'll see here for pretty soon. How many of these pieces do I got? Oh, look at that.
Yum.
That's going to be amazing. Like I said, if you guys are here to try one of these, face just totally liquefied, gone. It's so good. Okay. So much for that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to get on to the sharp provolone.
That was good. Different than I thought it might be.
Yeah, I get a real strong aroma from it. It just smells amazing. Get that layered on there. A little more on the side. Okay, last but not least, the Genoa salami. And what do you know? A package that can be sealed. Woohoo! Can it be a package that can get into though? That's the question.
Scott says, my dad took my mom to see the first Alien movie in the theaters, and he said that his arm was black and blue from my mom by the end.
The Alien movie? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Alien made me jump a couple times too. Alright, oh, look at these nice big slices of Genoa salami. If I can get a hold of them. Get these layered out. And the last layer of cheese. Fold them up. Brush them up. Get them in the oven. Alright. There we go. Mr. Small Pepper, if you are still with us, sir, I always like to know what people that are watching had for dinner, because you know what I'm having. I'm having Stromboli. So yeah, what are you having for your dinner, or what did you have? Whichever the case. Old guy really wants to know. You never know, it might give me a good idea for something.
Scott says, I'm surprised Chum isn't trying to sneak or wait for something to fall.
He's laying there sound asleep.
Travis M is there?
I'm sorry, who?
Travis M?
Travis!
What dessert are you making?
Tonight we are having tres leches cake. three milks cake, I believe is how that translates. I put some whipped cream on it a little while ago, and I'll finish it up with some fresh strawberries here in a little bit. Speaking of which, maybe I should put the rest of this cream away, huh?
Ah, yeah, maybe. Lisa says, hey Tom, do you got some sour cream to put on it?
Sour cream to put on my Stromboli? No, I don't. I never thought about putting sour cream on Stromboli.
Yeah.
Thought never occurred to me. Okay. That looking good. This cheese is going on. All right. Now the fun part.
Travis was the one that requested that blackberry wine cake
Oh yeah?
that we did last week.
Travis, you missed it.
That was really good.
You missed your blackberry wine cake. I put it up for a vote, and it was voted in, so I made it last week. Man, was it ever good. Okay. That Stromboli looks pretty tasty. I'm going to tuck that end in. I don't have a sheet tray that long.
Uh-oh.
Maybe this one will work. Cookie sheet, just a little bit short. That's okay. That is okay.
Lisa says it is good. Sour cream on it.
Yeah, I'll have to try it that way. Okay. Get this one folded over. Tuck these ends in. Tuck, tuck, tuck. It's a little bit shorter. Uh-oh. I better not do that. Get a little oil in this pan. I don't want to be scraping chunks of stromboli off of it. Now the question is, can I flip it back over? Woohoo!
Kind of opened up there.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it. Okay. Finished up with this last little thing here. Gonna melt a little bit of butter. Get some herbs and whatnot on there to brush the top. I'm so hungry.
Your little Frank there wants some.
Yeah. Little Sal.
Yeah. He wants to try some stromboli.
You don't eat much. I guess I'll let him try some. Okay, a little garlic and onion salt. A little bit of oregano.
Scott says random, but found a local Hawaiian food truck that has amazing rice, hurricane chicken, garlic chicken, and Kalula pork. It's been a treat.
Awesome. I love it when a new place opens up and it's more than what you thought it would be or more than you expected.
Hurricane chicken. That sounds interesting.
It does. Okay. Let's get this brushed.
Kalula pork sounds good too.
It does. I have to look it up.
Yep.
All right. Let's give you guys a look before it goes into the oven. A little closer look there. Stromboli. In we go. Sauce is looking nice. Okay. You're gonna have to spoon your sauce, Mrs. Old Guy.
Okay.
It's really nice and thick, and I really don't want to add any water to it. Now, gotta wrap this stromboli up for my neighbor. Cling wrap, yeah. Clings to itself. That's about the only thing it clings to. Okay. Come on now. All right.
Scott says, did you base that with butter or egg?
That was based with butter and herbs. Italian herb and a little garlic salt, little onion salt. Okay, that's wrapped up. I can bring that over to my buddy, throw it in his oven when he's ready.
Scott says, I would love to be your neighbor. They are lucky.
They get lots of stuff.
Yeah, they do.
I make, like I'll make a batch of donuts. Even if I make it half a batch of donuts, there's still no way we're gonna eat a dozen donuts or more. So we always bring them over to my buddy. What's going on here? What's smoking? Oh, my Stromboli's smoking a little bit. That's okay. It's just the oven. We had a little spill the other day, so it'll be all right. It'll get a little smoky in here, but I'll just open the door and it'll get cold for a little while. It's not as bad as when we had that rotisserie going. Well, the rotisserie was bad, and then so was the blackberries that I absolutely flamed last weekend.
Yeah.
Pan, I mean, it was just like a smokestack, just belching smoke. It's like, no.
So what got spilled in the oven?
I don't know. Maybe nothing. It just might be the butter on the sheet tray. So it is at 475 in there. So smoking point of butter is like 350. So yeah, probably going to get a little bit of smoke, but it's going to cook quick. Phew! Mrs. Old Guy, would you hand me a sody pop?
I suppose I can do that.
Not that I really need one. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
And here it is, well over a year later, and I'm still going strong on the Mountain Dew thrashed apple. I pretty much quit drinking regular Mountain Dew.
Tim says, Tom, I thought that flaming hot popcorn you made was genius.
It was good, is what it was.
It was really hot.
It was really, much, much hotter than it would have been if you were eating it like on pasta. It was way spicier. Plus, I mean, just that little bag of popcorn with all of that seasoning, it was just coated. So, yeah. If you want to try it, do it, man. And it works really good with the jalapeno one, too. Really yum. Really yummy. I'll pull forward a little bit. I didn't set a timer, so I'll just have to peek once in a while and see if it's done.
Can you see it through the smoke?
Can I see it through the smoke? Oh. Starting to get some color to it.
Cool.
It might be worth it filling this house with smoke again. Yeah, oh well. Maybe next time I make stromboli and I brush the outside, I'll do it with olive oil. It's got a higher smoking point, so. What can I say that hasn't already been said? I can spin the wheel.
Yeah, you can do that.
And next week, what do we have coming up next week, Mrs. Old Guy?
Ravioli lasagna.
Oh, that's
pineapple.
right. I just asked her about that too.
Yeah, you did. See how you are?
No. Shows you that old guy's brain is slowly shrinking and tightening. Pretty soon it'll just be his little dry raisinette. So there's only 4 items left on the board. One is from Tim, chicken pot pie. One is from Dawn, manicotti. The other one is chicken and biscuit bake from Miguel. And we have stuffed meatball. But the problem is the name got erased and we couldn't find it in our book. So
Did I look for that?
I don't know who did stuffed meatball. I don't know if you looked for that or not. If that was you, speak up. That's all that's left on the board now is these 4. So
There is no name by it.
there is no name by it. Okay. So we're gonna spin it until we land on something. Might be the first one. Nope. Nope. This might take a minute. Totally random. Gotta get it.
Miguel's here.
Miguel, good evening. We are spinning for upcoming. Come on. Might be spinning till 2 o'clock.
Janice wants to know if you've tried the new Starry soda or the new Dr. Pepper strawberry.
We've seen the Starry at our grocery store. We haven't picked it up yet. And the new Dr. Pepper, I doubt if we see it. If we do, it's going to be a while.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is around here. We never, I can't say never, hardly ever get the new or limited time items in even though this half of the state for some weird reason. I don't know why. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not even going to guess why. Oh, hey, we hit one. Manicotti. Dawn, well, we've got a run of Italian foods coming up here. We got Stromboli tonight. Next week we got ravioli lasagna. And the week after that, manicotti. So, well, there you have it.
Scott says, I was cooking breakfast at 3 a.m. because I woke up early for a test. I set off my fire alarm. I grabbed a chair instead of a ladder, and I was 2 inches from it. Took me a few minutes to turn it off. It was painful, not what I needed at 3 a.m.
Yeah, I bet not. Okay. That looks good.
It does look good.
I'm going to grab it with 2. Just because I'm going to be holding it for a second. I really don't want to. Can you see that?
Yep, that looks good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now the fun part. You get to eat it.
Yum.
Woohoo! Let's grab a knife. Crispy crust on there. Woo!
Don't make mine too huge.
That look all right?
Yeah, that should be okay.
Wow. All right. Let me get you some sauce. Sauce. It's really thick, chunky, almost like pico de gallo.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna show the folks, I'm gonna have to grab you a fork. And let me get my light over here. Oh, come on, light.
Just play a little.
Come on.
There you go.
Can you see that okay? Let me get in a little closer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotta tip it. Okay,
Tip it more.
that's good.
Oh, look at that. Okay. Stromboli. Put my light away.
Scott says, "Where's Chum and Polly's taste test?"
They don't get a taste test. Mrs. Old Guy, I suppose you're going to want a fork.
Am I?
I've got to move this table a little bit to get in
John
here.
says, "How was the blackberry wine cake? The version you made was a lot different than the one we made."
It was really good. And, you know, I really didn't have a whole lot to go by as far as experience just because I've never really heard of it before. I looked at a few different recipes.
Thank you.
I didn't have a bundt pan or any other pan of that shape, so I just kind of went with it. I did notice that the cake itself probably could have been, how do I want to say it, a little less floury and a little more airy. So I think it was just the recipe that I used. And if I make it again, or not if, but when I make it again, I'm just going to change up a little bit on that recipe so it's not so dense and heavy of a cake as what that recipe made. So.
Janice says, "Looks delicious." And Scott says, "I really need to try Stromboli. That looks delicious."
I really need to try Stromboli too. Right now. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to try biting with no sauce because it should just be hopefully packed with flavor without.
Good.
Wow. There's a whole lot of flavor going on there.
No, there is. It's delicious.
As you chew it, it's like you're chewing your way through these layers of flavor. First thing I got was the Asiago, then I got the pepperoni, and it just kind of went from there. I'm going to try another one with no sauce. Now, that combination with the pancetta, well, I'm really glad I made it that way.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Unbelievable. All right, I'm gonna try some with the sauce here. Wow, that's really good. Little dab of sauce on there. Oh. Is it gone? Do I still have my face? Man. That is really good. Holy mackerel.
Scott says your neighbor is in for a treat.
He sure is. Or they are. There's several of them at the household there, so that hopefully will be enough for everybody to get a nice little piece. I'm gonna do it again. Mm. 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 Just give myself a big old hug. Mm. Good job, Tom. That's really good. It had been a little while since I made Stromboli. I think it's been like a year or so.
It's been quite a while. We haven't even had it for a while.
Well,
Not
yeah,
even
we
in
did.
Turkey?
We had it when we went to Del Rio's.
It's been a little while though.
Yeah, it's been a while, about a year or so. Mm.
Lisa's gotta go. See you next time.
Lisa, thank you for coming and seeing us tonight. We'll see you next weekend. Be safe. Have a good week. Mm, mm. Mm. Wow. That is so good. It almost doesn't need that sauce.
It's good though.
But yeah, it adds so much to it that it's. How much flavor can you put on one thing? Mm. 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 And then coming right up, just a last minute garnish on that Tres Leches cake. We'll have a little dessert action going. This piece of Stromboli is not lasting very long. Super good. I've never put that. I've never put pancetta or prosciutto on Stromboli before, or in Stromboli. I'm really glad I went that way. Mm. It's so flavorful, so much different than your standard Stromboli with maybe just a mozzarella, or maybe 2 different kinds of cheese. You got a little 4. Man. Totally worth it. Saw how long it takes. Didn't take all that long.
No?
Mm. I did look at some Italian desserts for tonight. And I believe I did put one on the voting list. I think it was cannoli. Boy, cannoli with this would have been a great accompaniment. Not that the Tres Leches isn't going to be. I don't know. I've never had it. But cake, hey, dessert is dessert. It can't be all bad. The cheese was melted all the way through. The crust had a real nice crispy texture. I can't say enough about it. That was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Oh, that was a good one. That was really, really good. I enjoyed that immensely. That was something else. The Asiago on there was such a good choice. I almost got the Fontana, But Asiago is a better choice, I think. Wow. Yep, this is going to be one that I remember for a little while. There's been a few here lately that have just been outstanding.
Yeah.
You guys are coming up with some great ideas. And so far, I mean, we've been real happy with the outcome of some of my interpretations of your requests. So, like the one that pops up that was real memorable for me was the chicken stuffed shells. When I did the lemon pepper stuffed and then made the deep fried them. Oh, man, made the Alfredo sauce. That was
good.
It was really good. I was real concerned that the sauce would be, or that the filling would be dry and whatnot. And it was amazing.
From Food with Dave.
Dave!
Good evening.
Hey, man. Good evening, sir. We have just been munching down on this amazing Stromboli. Man, was it ever good. Oh, man. And here in a minute, I'm fixing to cut into this Tres Leches cake. As a matter of fact, Miss Little Guy, have your plate, and I will. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll get us a couple small plates here. Some strawberries. This is going to be good. Little Tres Leches cake. This little guy, you're going to want to save your fork there.
Okay.
All right, let me get a couple of berries on here and I'll show you guys. This is going to be good. Use some nice looking berries.
Dave says, love Stromboli, been making sauces all day and just got down to stop and say howdy.
Oh, I'm glad you did. Yeah, I saw your video earlier, and you said that sounded like you were making quite a bit of sauce today. So yeah, thanks for taking the time to pop in and say hi. Let me try that one again. I'm forgetting myself here. Cut the berries the right way. A couple more. And then I'm just going to get at it. I don't care what it looks like anymore after I get done with this. I just want to eat it. Smaller one in the middle. I'm going to call it good. Bang. I don't care. I could put a bunch more on there for decoration and whatnot, but I think you guys are going to get the basic idea. Tres Leches cake. You can see that okay, Mrs.
Yep.
Okay?
See it real good.
All right. So how about if I cut it a piece and soy this up some?
Yep. Sounds good. It's gonna be an interesting cake.
Couple of plates. What'd you say?
It's gonna be an interesting cake.
Yeah, I've never had it, so we will. We'll see here. Cut that berry in half. All right. Trick is to get it out of the pan.
Yep. You wanna go help, Chloe? Huh? You wanna help me? Yeah. She says, I just want a piece of cake. Janice says, looks very pretty.
Okay. Now, like I said, I've never had this cake. I've never made it before. I might like it, and I might not. There's always that chance. Let's give a little bit of look at that cut.
What kind of cake Dave says? I keep missing what kind.
Tres leches cake, 3 milks cake. And let me turn on the light here. Give you a better view. Oh, come on, you stupid thing.
Kind of blinds it out. There, that's better.
See that okay? All right.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Take this first bite.
It's different.
It is definitely different. It's not a bad cake, that's for sure.
Mm. Good, I think.
It's got an interesting texture to it. Traditionally, there's supposed to be a little bit of, just a hint of cinnamon in with the whipped cream. But I wanted to see what this tasted like without that.
It's very moist.
Yeah, I would think, just from all the milk that you put on it. It is good. Very different
Try the
from,
cake by itself. It's really good.
from what I expected. But then again, I guess I really didn't know what to expect. I think part of me thought that the cake would lose its structure and its mouthfeel, pouring all that milk over the top of it. But it's actually still kind of springy and spongy, and it's not at all like mush. And that's what I thought I was gonna get for sure. Just a mushy cake. It's not at all like that. It's really good.
It is. Pretty rich.
It is. Very rich.
You can't have no cake, Chum Chum.
Between the evaporated milk, the condensed milk, and the whipped cream, it is a pretty rich cake. Really good though.
It is.
Huh. Nice. Well, I'll have to make this again.
Yep.
I like it when things come together and I'm trying them for the first time. Like this Tres Leches. A year or so ago, it was cannoli. There's a lot of things that I never had and never made, and was pretty happy with what resulted. So, and this is definitely one of those times. I'm super good with that.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Guess our neighbors will be getting dessert too.
Yeah, that's gonna
Dinner
be
and dessert.
way more cake than we're gonna eat. They got a big chunk of that blackberry cake, and I will say that the cake, that blackberry cake, when I make it again, I'm gonna put it together a little differently. I'm not gonna do the same thing I did this time. I'm gonna, you know, I decided I think it would be nicer to have a little blackberry jam that made with fresh blackberries and the wine instead of the white chocolate custard that I did. It was good, but it was a little bit rich and made it a little bit too heavy, I guess.
Maybe if Travis is still here, he could email you the recipe they use.
Travis, if you're still there in chat, and you'd like me to try the recipe for the blackberry wine cake that you guys use, I would appreciate it. You can send it to me at oldguyincolorado@gmail.com, and I would be real happy to take a look at it and give it a try. So,
Dave says blackberry cake. That sounds amazing.
yeah, it was blackberry wine cake. And I found out rather unexpectedly, I suppose, the realm of blackberry wines and what is and what isn't. From what I could see, the Manischewitz is the only one that actually makes wine from the blackberries. The rest of them is like a Merlot or something like that, and to that they add concentrated black raspberry or blackberry juice and other crapola that once you start adding that stuff, I wouldn't call it wine anymore. So, but anyway, I learned from that to pay slightly more attention to what it is I'm getting. So, well, we got just a few more minutes left. As always, really, if you guys got some dinner suggestions or whatever, please, let us know. Any last comments, questions, whatever, please, now is a great time to do that. We're kind of winding things down here.
That was really good. More than I could eat. I'm sorry, you can't have no cake.
Poor Chumley. He's just having an awful
Let me see
time.
a strawberry. Will he eat it?
I don't have any idea. You want a strawberry, Chumley?
Come here. Here.
I bet you he don't eat it.
Probably not. What about you, Paula? You want some?
Did he eat it?
No.
I didn't think so.
There it goes.
I got a sliced berry here, so I'm finna make use of that whipped cream that's left over on your plate.
And neither one can eat it.
I guess they don't like strawberries.
Here's good.
But then again, I didn't expose them to anything other than dog food. They're the first part of their life. My other Chumley, he would eat eat bananas, apples, pears, peaches, watermelon. He absolutely loved watermelon. These guys, not so much. Polly likes watermelon. Chumley will eat it. Polly likes cherries, okay. Chumley don't care for it.
Dave says, love watching these videos.
Well, thank you, Dave. I appreciate that, kind sir. Oh. And this is not a subject that I intend to broach any further than this little comment.
Probably ate hers.
Good. I'm glad she did. But coming up in 4 days, I have another live stream that's pretty serious in nature, and so if you got stomach for it, you all can come in and watch. It'll be on the 18th. That's all I'm going to say about it. All right, last bite of your cake.
Dave says Jake doesn't like fruits either.
Which is weird because, well, it's not really weird. It's just what they're used to. When my other Chumley was a puppy, we'd give him fruit and whatnot all the time. So he grew up eating it. He just, he loved apples.
You gotta wait for a minute.
He absolutely loved apples.
You gotta wait a minute.
So we'd, I'd core it out and just leave it whole. I'd roll it across the floor for him. It was a toy that he could eat.
Go see Daddy. Daddy wants a kiss.
Come here. Give me
Go
kisses.
see Daddy.
Over here. Come here. No. This side. Come on. Kiss. Give me a kiss. Oh. Here's a good boy to give
Come here,
Daddy
Polly.
kisses.
Come here,
Yes.
boy girl. Yeah.
He's such a good
Come
boy.
over here and
Yes.
give me kisses.
All 135 pounds of him.
Sweet kid.
He's probably about a 140 right now. He's a little bit fat from being a little lazy this winter. He's not getting out to run as much as he normally does. Huh. Can we show the people? Can you do that for him? No. He's got a bit of an underbite, and I like, to put his uppers across his bottom teeth. He looks so cute. Okay, you can get down. Thank you. Thank you. Yep.
Give Daddy kisses.
I'll give you butt scratches. He wants butt scratches. There's not a dog in the world that doesn't love butt scratches. Butt
Janice says
scratch.
Chumley is such a good boy.
He is a very good boy.
Oh, Daddy wants kisses.
All right. Well, if there's no last minute questions or dinner requests, I guess we're gonna go ahead and call it a night.
Johnny says, have a good night.
Johnny, you too, my friend. Thank you for joining Old Guy. I do appreciate it a whole bunch. I really do. Last I looked, I was 3 subs away from 500. Yahoo! Halfway to that 1,000 mark. So that's my goal this year, is to get to 1,000 subs. So I hope I make it. And with nice folks like you, I cannot help but make it. I do appreciate each and every one of you coming here and hanging out with Old Guy on a Saturday night. I'm sure there's funner things you could probably do. So I do appreciate it. I really appreciate the friendship and the great dinner food ideas and desserts that you guys come up with. This is truly the highlight of my week, and I really, really appreciate it. As always, please get out and help out in your community somehow. Give back a little bit, even if it's only an hour. All right? You guys take care, and I will see you next Saturday night. Bye.